right, here we go again. Buckle roads ahead. I'm on the IO-44 Revelator. Uh-oh, something happened. All right, heard some sound there. What happened was I put the one box on the dolly, furniture dolly, and it didn't slide anywhere. So I kind of put that on top of the other box I had that had its own wheels. And I made short work of that. I kind of just pulled them both. So then I pulled out a big box, and the dolly worked. But in that box was the stuff from my Ark. Some of the stuff, I guess, is packed in a couple different containers now. But for some reason, it worked with that box. Had a little more power in that box. All right. Let me get this working here. Actually, let me cancel that out. Get out ahead. CIA off. There we go. Actually worked. Look, if you're in the CIA and the CIA is on and it's killing good people, then it needs to be turned off. We don't keep things on, but for the sake of alma mater. If it goes evil, it goes evil. It's just the way it works. All right. I am hungry. I'll tell you. Mike, I'm hungry. I had like imitation crab cakes. What are they called? Sprouts ran a sale. Imitation crab, no meat crab cakes and fish fillets. It's so weird because they even like went for the fragrance. And I'm cooking fish fillets. I'm like, who wants fish fillets to smell like fish fillets? Or mock fish fillets to smell like fish. But it smells like fish. That cooking when you're cooking fish. I'm like, yeah, what does that smell? It smells like fish. It's the mock fish fillets. They were good though. Cooked them on my griddle. I was may have been Florida too, but I can't vouch for that. But I can tell you in New Mexico, in Oklahoma, and Texas, I wanted to purchase a griddle and I couldn't purchase it. It just wouldn't work. Got here within a week, the best steel griddle I could ever imagine. A lot of people turning it this road. I don't know if I'll be able to walk down it. Much noise. Noise! Like when I first started walking and recording or broadcasting live, I used to walk next to a highway in Norman. Just hear the highway. A good imitation of a highway, huh? Place over here has rugs. We hate rugs. The exterior is beautiful, but they got like cheesy rugs. You hear your people upstairs anyway. You know that. I've never been in an apartment with rugs or without rugs. You can't hear the people upstairs. especially if they got kids and dogs. The kids and the dogs are running around all over the place. I had people like upstairs where I lived in Santa Fe, and I mean, I lived in the ghetto kind of, and I mean, wasn't cheap, but now I live there, and cheapest place in Santa Fe just about. I mean, it had solid floors. It was well enough, and this guy, like I moved in a couple times, and I think the second time I moved in, it was like this guy was making so much freaking noise. He's like, he beat his dog. Like, his dog's probably, it's like a puppy fight crapping on, urinating on the rug. But they made so much noise, and I'm like this good guy, and I'm not going to get people in trouble, and that's generally how I feel. And eventually, I figured, stay out of here. I just gotta wait about, a while, a couple weeks to a month, bam, he's gone. I don't even know what it was. I didn't even look. Didn't even want to know. Just hear things running back and forth up there all day, all night. Okay, there's a park over here. What is this? The Elks Club's over here. Hey, what are you doing in there? In your car, looking down at your crotch. I mean, that's like the people are. Oh, no, I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. World's crazy. No, I've never been this way before. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to walk and broadcast. I have to put long johns on. I did it in Colorado between snowstorms, so I know I can do it. I just got to get out there. It's a cool looking place. I guess I'm being invited. Rugs! I hate rugs! Hey, what's up? Those vehicles, the birdies. Last time I saw those were in Colorado. Or is it called a bird? I forget what it's called. I guess Mike's inviting me. No parking, remember, no parking, keep moving! Actually, you know what? That means something to me. What is this thing called again? Yeah, bird. Information center. The biggest risk, the riskiest time is when you, an officer, and you do paperwork. Again, when I was trained in the academy, I don't think they did it in the Corrections Academy, but in the Marshal Service Investigator Academy, they do officer survival, and they show you the one guy who's been with me ever since. I didn't even know he was there, and I didn't know I was there. And maybe we were there before. I don't know. But he was like a really good-looking guy. He rode a Harley. I mean, he was like Hollywood type, and Hollywood look. And he was a police officer, and he pulled somebody over for no muffler, and I think he wrote him a ticket. So he goes to this parking lot to do his paperwork that evening, and officer survival training timer. And it was like horrible. I mean, he was in the network, Paladin Press. He was in, I think, federal training at times, but they have recorded videos of him. And he was married, had a full life. And he stopped to do his paperwork, and he looks up, if I remember correctly, and he sees a guy, and he goes, oh, he's going to come discuss this ticket with me. It's all he could think of, Not like, what the F is this guy doing, and that's really, again, that's a form of being cursed, because you don't get your cue that this is a dangerous situation. So he goes back to doing his paperwork, looking down, waiting for the guy to come over. And he came over, and when he looked up, the guy had a shotgun. Blew like half the lower half of his face off, like parts of his face. He grabbed the radio, tried to speak, yet nothing came out, or something came out all screwed up. Like I can't remember exactly. So again, that's the most dangerous time. Anything can happen. It doesn't have to be anybody that you. So no parking. Be careful. My idea is that you create garage space for that, but out there on patrol. Which means, I know it sounds stupid, but it's actually the answer. Wait, where am I? There it goes. You create just a garage in certain locations, and it has cameras, watch the outside. Again, if we go with like Tesla or something like that, you could put cameras in your vehicles and have alarms. But, which at that point, you would be semi-protected. Anybody comes, within 30 feet of your vehicle, the alarm goes, but that could also be you got to pay attention all the time to that. So you're trying to do your paperwork, you're on shift, you're trying to get that done. You should be able to back into a garage, like a one vehicle garage, and you should be able to see. And while you're in your paperwork, but you're still in place. You're out there on patrol per se. You're not patrolling, just like when you're pulling over to do your paperwork. You're not always patrolling, but you're there. If they call you, you can respond to your zone. So, again, the idea is to keep the officer in the zone, but provide a hard, protected space. I bought stuff years ago, several times, just a garage, like a brick garage. Like you used to have the phone, used to have the sub off, the sub. What do they call that thing? Substation. So eventually, you essentially build a garage, and you could have like a little room, like a bathroom in there. That's what the other thing was. You put bathrooms in it if you can. I mean, if you can't, then you don't. But the officer has a private space to go to within zone, within the area that they cover, within their beat. That allows them to use the bathroom privately, but you can't mess around. So you got to control it. You can't be like do your whole shift in there. But yet, again, the officer doesn't have to go back to the office to do it, or the station to do it, or they don't have to pull over the side of the road and just kind of look down, look up, look down, look up, that kind of thing, or not look up and then take the chance of being shot or killed. So again, no parking might be a sign of possible ambush. Again, that's different styles of ambush. That would be a stationary ambush. I brought up before whether there's going to be an ambush when you go down a road, and that happened to NYPD right after I said it. It doesn't have to happen. You can heal it. It can be healed away, or it can be healed lesser, or it can be healed not at all, even though you try to heal it. Actually, I want to say not at all. That never happens. Every time you heal something, it changes for the better, but we don't know, what the ramifications of what comes against it will do to that healing. But it still will be better, even if it's worse the next day. All right, I got to pull over and pull in and go chill and eat something. See, when I drive around, I get my cues. So when they try to keep me in my apartment, I get less cues and less information to pass on. That's why they're doing it, partly because they're sick. Because they want officers dead. Believe me, there's certain officers that they don't like. That they want either dead or out of the department. I was complaining about the mess everybody made. So it's like completely clean here, except for my parking spot. All the stuff blew into my parking spot. I understand there was like 10 cops here the other night. They had to go into some room, and I tried saying, well, she wasn't staying there, I don't think. And I meant to say she's not a long-term guest. She may have been, but I think it was like a short-term guest. I said, you know how that is. Pick up some meth or something and go to a hotel room, and they freak out. Cops come. Or, I said, then people sit at home and make phone calls all the time. Of calling the police station, or calling some other place and saying something wrong. Or it could have been a warrant. They could have checked in. It could have been a warrant for the person. People use their ID and then they come up. See, it's supposed to be situated like that, I think. That sounds better, right? I don't know. It keeps drooping down. My boom. I got to work on this. I just threw it together real quick before I went and did this. I was going to maybe do 2 loads today, but I had a lot to do today. And I wanted to reset up my surveillance system.